Earned Income Tax Credit is the largest federal anti-poverty program in the country. It has wide bipartisan support, and it sends about $1 billion a year to Alabama, to working families with children making less than $40,000 a year. The problem with the Earned Income Tax Credit is there's a huge, mean-spirited, predatory industry that has grown over the last 2 decades that targets working families for the commercial preparation of their returns, often costing families making $17,000, $18,000 a year over $300 for about 45 minutes of work. $300 is a huge amount of money for me to spend. If you're making $18,000 a year with 3 kids, $300 is a lot of money to give up for something that a competent, dedicated college student can do for free. And that's the basis of SaveFirst. We have an incredible staff of recent college graduates that have developed a curriculum to train college students in partnership with professors across the state to prepare taxes for working families so they don't get taken advantage of by this for-profit, mean-spirited industry.
Hi, my name is Ben. When they get there and they sit down and they realize what their refund's going to be, and they realize that we're not asking for any money in return for our services, some of their faces will just light up when they realize they don't have to pay $300 to get this return, and that's extra money that they can use, for their sons in school or their daughter's dance, But just seeing those looks on those people's faces, yeah, it's worth it.
Basically, I've been working ever since I was 14. I've paid every time to have my taxes filed. Not to have to pay a fee this time was actually wonderful. And I was able to really utilize that $200 or $300 that I would have spent and was able to, put it back into my own income and do other things I needed to do. It was wonderful. To get the Earned Income Credit, it means a lot, especially to a person who doesn't make a lot of money in the big scope of things. My income, or at least my expenses, are very fixed. So in order to have that at the end of the year, it makes a big difference.
One of the extraordinary things about SaveFirst is sort of watching these students as they're growing at the site. And they go in very nervous at first, not sure that they can complete a return for this family that's sitting next to them. But then you sort of watch them go from very nervous to very confident and competent. And that's a really rewarding feeling to get to sort of see that transformation. And when they sit down with a single mom who's making $18,000 a year and trying to raise 2 kids, and they see that she has, 5 jobs throughout the year, so she's just sort of trying to piece together a living for her kids, it really does affect them, and it makes them want to learn more about the issues, think more critically about the issues, and, feel more empowered to want to do something about them.
For the students that participate, they get to meet people in low-income areas, and they get to learn about those people, what they feel, how they feel, and the kind of problems that they endure.
People that came in to get the taxes done, those were people that, not the exact people, but those were kind of like composites of people that I grew up around. And so I kind of understood what they were going through more. Preparing people's taxes and seeing people like, oh, thank you for, helping me save $200. Or, thank you for, telling me about this credit I didn't know about. It really gave me a sense of fulfillment and really made me appreciate what people go through.
It's an extraordinary developmental initiative for those students. And I've got to believe, no matter what career our employees go into after they leave SaveFirst, they're going to be better human beings.
I really have a strong belief in the sense of commitment that my generation has to solve some of our most pressing problems in Alabama. It's empowering to me to be 24 years old and be a part of an organization that's nationally recognized for the strength of its programs, and knowing that all of our staff members are just out of college and that young people really are the lifeblood of this organization is just a very empowering experience for me.
In just its first 4 years of operation, SaveFirst has trained over 1,300 college students across Alabama and helped 7,800 families prepare their taxes, securing them over $15 million in refunds, and most importantly, saving them over $2.3 million in commercial tax preparation fees. The economic impact to communities of need across the state is immeasurable.